Hello and welcome to Heavy Metal WRX. My name is Wace, and today we're going to do an oil change, but not just any oil change. I actually finally picked up a Fumoto drain valve. Now this is a conversation that I've seen a few times both on Reddit and on Facebook and even on YouTube where this particular model or some of these models are harder to put on the 22. Now when I posted that I was going to do this, a few people actually did tell me which version does fit, and I believe this is now the version that doesn't. This is actually the F108, and people are saying online the F108SX I think is the one that fits, but we're gonna try this because I've seen like 2 videos where it's worked, and I've heard 2 instances where it hasn't worked, so I'm gonna get down there and try my luck. So let's see what happens. So here's another issue that we're gonna run into is jacking the car up. Obviously I can no longer use Rhino ramps because I messed up the lip last time I used Rhino ramps. But what I was able to do was I was able to slide my my jack underneath with just the single extension, and what I did was actually jacked it up just a little bit and then slid it down there. So it's right where it needs to be in the jack point. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use this, I'm gonna push what I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lift this lip up just a little bit like this and then be able to move this handle. And hopefully that gets us where we need to go. Okay, that was a lot of work. It took a lot longer than it should have, but I was able to get the car up so I can get on Rhino ramps. I'm not too comfortable with those jack stands. I think I'm gonna get a different set. Those are Huskies, and they're a little old, so I wanna get a different upgraded set that I feel like I can trust. Until then, I've been under the Rhino ramps multiple times. It's been okay, and what I like to do is I like to actually put the jack on one side just to be on the safe side. So now that we've got this here, I'm gonna set up the light and the camera in a way where we can see stuff, what's going on. Okay, so this should give you guys a decent angle so you can see the oil coming out. Hopefully you can see the oil coming out. I might end up having to move the camera a little bit because it is kind of wobbly. Alrighty. There it comes. Ooh, there it is. A little brown. Oh God, oh boy. Where did it go? Okay, we'll find it. No big deal. So hopefully you can see that oil. Camera's doing a crazy amount of autofocus here. Sorry about that. So while we're waiting, you guys can see what this valve looks like. It comes with its own little little pad here, and it comes with this plastic clip. It comes with this plastic clip that you're going to actually have on, and this will keep the valve from opening. This will keep the valve from opening. I haven't heard of anybody having these things leak, so I feel like it should be okay. So what's happening is this area right here, when you put the valve on, it hits this heat shield. And this heat shield is connected by 2 nuts. Now, I've been meaning to do this, but I'm so thankful that somebody else actually has done this, and that's Cushist VB on YouTube. He's a friend of the channel. He actually just did this exact install, and I was glad that he did it because a lot of people were asking, and I myself have questions. You know, I'm not an expert. So what he was able to do, and I'll link his video down below as well, and you guys can see the same thing that he did. What he did was he actually, you see, he took this off, And if we come and look above this shield, this little metal area, you'll see this here. Well, I don't know if you guys can see it. You see that? Let me see if I can put my finger on it. Right there, that's the second one. You take those two off, and you're able to move the heat shield enough to where you can then, you can move the heat shield enough to where then you have enough clearance to turn the valve. So I'm gonna try to do that. Okay, so I think I've got it in a way where I can get back there. It's a little difficult trying to find the right size. There we go. I got the right size. The right size is 10 millimeters. Oil is still dripping, so I'm going to try to go this way. See if I can at least get on there. Oh, goodness. This thing is tight. Also having trouble seeing. There we go. It's loosened. And not enough for me to use my hands. Oh, God. Oh yeah. You loosen it once, it comes right off. And we got to be careful as to where it goes. There we go. That's one. One down. I'm going to go with the other one. There it is. Camera can't focus on it. There it is. That's one. Let's go find the second. Alright, so the second one is right here. That is considerably easier to get to. I mean, they're both actually pretty easy to get to. They're not that bad. Oh, goodness. Hard to open, though. Oil is still dripping. Make sure we get this. Alright, there it is. This one's off as well. All done. Both of those are off. Now let me see if I can angle the camera so you guys can see that heat shield move. Okay, as you can see, oil is still dripping here. This is the heat shield. And what I'm able to do is I'm able to actually move this just enough to hopefully be able to spin the valve. And I think this can actually come off too, but it's being a little stubborn. There we go. And we can put this back together. That's not a big deal. So that actually gives us, that should be more than enough space to move this. Well, actually we know because Kush's VB did this exact thing. We know there's enough space. Okay, now I got my valve here. Now we'll start spinning it. I can't even like get the angle right. Oh my goodness. The oil's just dripping everywhere. There we go. And yeah, with that heat shield, I'm able to turn it pretty easy. Now, the issue that Kush's VB also ran into was being able to get a wrench on this center section to be able to twist it just enough. Now, the issue that I'm gonna have is this, well, actually, I guess that's not so bad because this will be a little bit on the left. I just have to be able to, get to this, be able to pull this off and get to that. So let me see how this is gonna work. Let me push this back up together so it's one piece so we know. Oh, goodness. Pain. We'll figure that out. I think that'll be all right. Let me go get the big wrench and see what we end up with. Okay, I'm back. Blood is being taken care of. I'll tighten this just a bit more. It's actually pretty damn tight. And I still have access to that. So let me just put these guys back on. Yeah, I mean, if you don't cut yourself, did you even work on your car? You know? All right, that's all done. This is on, everything is good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to open this valve and let whatever was left over drain as well. So the way that you do it is you actually just pull the little black tab off, open this valve, and there it is. There's still some, yeah, there you go, there's still some oil. So we're just gonna let that go. I'm actually just gonna let this sit here for a little bit while I go get another camera battery. So that's it. That's actually all I wanted to show you was that installation. Actually, it really wasn't that bad. So for those of you who didn't know that you could do this, now you know. And again, I'll link Kush's VB's video down below as well so you guys can have multiple angles and see exactly how it's done. This is the way he did it, and so that's the way I did it as well. Now again, I'm gonna have to go and research exactly which one it was that people were saying was the version specifically for this car. I think it was like the 108SX, but they did post it in the community chat, so I'll post that in the link as well, and I'll show you which one I got. But obviously, if there's one that works better, get that. You don't really want to have to mess with a heat shield if you don't have to. But if you have one from your 21 or 15 to 21 WRX or STI or whatever, this isn't actually. I don't know if the STI one fits, just the WRX. This isn't really a bad option. Now that it's on, I'm good to go. So another thing that you can do is you can get the little hose that you can plug to the end of it and be able to drain the oil a little bit easier so you don't have to worry about it splashing around. But that's really it. I hope this video was informative, guys. Please like and subscribe. And until the next one, I will see you later.